So the big question that Nancy and I have been hearing is how do we turn our LinkedIn posts into clients? And we actually label that question what we call the quote unquote expert's edge. So in today's training, in today's episode, we're going to be going over just that. How do you turn your LinkedIn posts into clients? How can you have the expert's edge when it comes to using LinkedIn to grow your business? Now, before we dive into today's content, today's training, and today's episode, we actually have a free workshop coming up. Coincidentally, it's called The Expert's Edge. How to turn your LinkedIn content into clients. So it is from November 24th to November 25th from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. It is live and recorded completely free. If you are watching on social, whether it be Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and you would like to register, just type the word me in the comments and we will send you the link to get registered. If you're listening on the podcast, super easy. The description of this episode has the link. So go to the description, grab the link, get yourself registered. And at the time that we're doing this training and this episode, we have over 200 people already registered in just a few days, which is super, super exciting. So we're hoping for a big turnout and we would love to see you there. So how do you turn your LinkedIn posts into clients? Well, the first thing that we always like to go over is that, there is a reality to connection trumping consistency. So connection on LinkedIn trumps consistency. And what do I mean by that? A lot of people feel like, oh, Scott, Nancy, I'm super, consistent. I post every day on LinkedIn. What else is there to know? If your content is not connecting you to your audience, it doesn't matter how consistent you are. It doesn't matter how often you're posting. It doesn't. Because if it's not leading to a desired end result, which could be more engagement, offline conversation, client acquisition, then there's no point. We see a lot of people doing lazy tactics where they're just basically copying and pasting their content from the likes of Facebook and Instagram and just throwing it up on LinkedIn, thinking that it's the same kind of platform as those other ones. And it's not. You have to treat LinkedIn like a separate animal altogether. So the fact is that you need your content to connect to your audience. It's not about just posting every day. Is your content being written for your ideal client? Is it speaking directly to them? Is it engaging them? Is it leaving them better? Is it positioning you as an expert in the space that you're in? So you may be thinking to yourself, well, then what do I need to do? You have to do your best to separate scroll stopping content from deal closing content. So which of those should you be creating? Scroll stopping content or deal closing content? Now, here's the thing. It should be a mixture of both. You need, or you should want, I should say, to stop someone's scroll. You got to grab their attention. There's new pieces of content being shown to people all day long. But what can you do to stop their scroll? What can you do to have them stop and think a little bit more about what they're about to read? Because again, It's not just about stopping their scroll. Once you stop that person's scroll, how do you then get that person to engage and then allow that to eventually create a business opportunity or a deal closing from that? So there's a couple things. Number one, yes, you want to stop someone's scroll by having a really catchy title that really likes the person comes upon it and they're like, you know what? I really want to read this. I want to check this out. This is something that I want to learn more about. This is something that could benefit me. And as they continue to read on, it's going to engage them in a way where the know, like, and trust is built, number one. Number two, it's painting a very clear picture for them of what's possible, what potential they have from reading that piece of content. So it's getting the eyeballs and the attention, so stopping that scroll. And then once the scroll stop happens, engaging them in that content, right? Leaving them better. Letting that person needs to know when they're reading that content, they're like, you know what, this person is the expert in the space that they're in. They're giving value. They're leading with more content. They're giving me some sort of strategy to deploy. So there is a direct separation between scroll stopping content from deal closing content, but there's definitely a bridge between the two. But also what needs to be recognized is that there is what we call a reflection style post formula that it positions you as the obvious choice. So what is a reflection style post? A reflection style post is a post that allows you to share a piece of your journey with the reader. What you are looking to accomplish with your content is a way to make sure that that individual is being left better than the way that you found them. And also allowing yourself as the content creator to reflect upon your journey, to reflect upon maybe some mistakes or bumps in the road that humanizes you to the reader of that post. And then in that reflection style post, you share some things that you did to learn from that past situation that has gotten to where you are right now and the success that you may be having. Not only does it give the reader hope, but it does position you as the obvious choice because, well, here's this person who went through exactly what I'm going through right now, and they're better on the other side. I want to learn more about how they did it. So when you reflect upon your journey, when you reflect upon your mistakes and the lessons learned and how you overcame all of that, it will position you as the obvious choice of who that person should invest in and with. But the final thing is making sure that you stay visible without burnout or creative drought. So, two things here. Number one, LinkedIn has a scheduler. Use it. We always suggest scheduling all of your content ahead of time so you don't have to be there in real time to create it because that just ends up being a time suck. And when you're going through that creative drought, having prompts, having means, and this is why Nancy and I have created our private community / membership, the Expert Content Society, because there's 24 prompts that our members are given every month to help them work through those creative droughts where they're prompted with certain questions where they provide the answer and it then creates content. So making sure that you have some tools in your tool belt, like LinkedIn post prompts, like the ones that we provide, that helps you not only to stay visible, but you don't have to worry about that creative drought because you have constant contact in play. And again, making sure that you use the content scheduler. LinkedIn has it for a reason. They want you to be consistent. They want you to be on the platform, but they want to allow some time flexibility and freedom. So make sure that you use it. So before I end today's training and today's episode, just remember, if you're looking to learn this exact strategy for the Expert's Edge, all you have to do, if you're watching on social, type the word me in the comments, and I'll send you the registration link. If you're listening on the podcast, just head to the description of this episode, grab the link, and get yourself registered. And we can't wait to see you there November 24th and 25th from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to be the expert on LinkedIn and you want to do it through your content, we're going to show you exactly how. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode and today's training. Love and gratitude, and we'll talk to you next time.